Welcome back to Good Morning 30A. We're here with David Pleat of Pleat & Perry, PA, Attorneys at Law. What are you doing here, David?
I'm the thorn among the roses right now. I'm here to talk a little bit about our law firm and also about my campaign for House of Representatives.
Okay, well, let's start with your law firm.
Okay.
How long have you been practicing?
A long time. I've been practicing for 25 years. We have a law firm in Destin, which is Pleat & Perry, PA. It's made up of 8 lawyers. We have 4 partners and 2 of counsel and 2 associates. We also have a title company, Dune Title Company. We have endeavored and have gotten to the point where we cover most practice areas that are usually wanted by people. Everything from real estate to personal injury to criminal to divorce, business law, litigation, estate planning. We have a Destin City lawyer, is one of our lawyers, Jerry Miller. We have a labor and employment lawyer, Liz LaFollette. So we cover most practice areas. Anything you need.
Anything we need, you can take care of for us.
Hopefully you won't need us.
Yeah. Yes.
But if you do, we can cover just about anything you need. And we're all experienced. We have over 120 years combined experience. So everybody in our office has been there practicing for a good long time, and we do our best to take care of people. We also are very involved in the community. Every one of our lawyers is on numerous boards. I'm a past chamber chair at Destin Area Chamber of Commerce. My partner Wes Ritchie is also very involved with the Walton County Chamber of Commerce. My wife Amy Perry is one of my partners, so she gets to see me at work and at night.
She's a
saint. She's a saint.
Well, and that seems to me like it would make it a little bit more of a family atmosphere, which a lot of people feel, frightened to walk into an attorney's office for whatever reason, or
because you're usually not happy you need one.
Well, right.
Well, you're usually when they walk into our office, they're very stressed, very scared.
Exactly.
And we have, not only do we have lawyers that have been there a long time, our staff, most of whom have been there, I'd say 4 to 6, 7 years minimum. They know our clients. They help to make them feel reassured and safe. And we've worked very hard to create an atmosphere where we can keep our personnel together. And so far, we've done a pretty good job at that.
That's great. Before we move on, go ahead and throw out a website or a phone number for that so that we can talk about this oil thing that we really want to get to.
It's real easy. We got a website, has all the information, www.pleatperry.com.
Okay.
Okay.
Awesome. All right. Something very near and dear to your heart. We were all together at the Hands Across the Sand last Saturday, which was a wonderful event.
Turnout.
And you have something more some follow-up.
Some breaking news. Yes. I'm running for District 7 House of Representatives, which runs from Destin to Tallahassee. It is a 9-county district, second largest geographically in the state of Florida. I'm running against the incumbent, Marty Coley from Mariana. She voted in favor of oil drilling last session. One of my important platform pieces, among others that are on the website I'll tell you about in a moment, is I'm opposed to nearshore oil drilling. And a good friend of mine, as you all know, Dave Roshkob, is the owner of Bud & Alley's. And at my first meet and greet back in October last fall, after talking about this bill and how scary it was and what it was going to do to our state waters and our state economy and our military missions, Dave came up with the idea that night of Hands Across the Sand, hoping it would be a local event that he might be able to expand upon.
It was really cool.
Yeah, and then Saturday, of course, we saw over 80 beaches all around the state, thousands of people collectively coming together for that event. And God bless Dave Roshkob, because he put so much effort, time, and so did the volunteers as well. So that's very high on my agenda, to make sure there's a watchdog, to make sure Texas Oil and the special interests that are trying to get at our nearshore waters don't succeed. This is very alarming that, notwithstanding what happened Saturday, that our state legislators not only ignored Hands Across the Sand, yesterday the House and Senate passed what are called memorials. Those are official communiques to the U.S. Congress. They come out of committee. The 2 separate energy committees in the House and the Senate passed these resolutions, if you will, to communicate with U.S. Congress, stating that they want the U.S. Congress to lift the federal ban on oil and gas exploration. Currently, that's 125 miles off of our coast.
Right.
U.S. Senator Bill Nelson has been fighting like the Dickens for many, many months and years now to maintain the integrity of that federal limit, that 125. So here is our state and House in Senator Nelson's own state now about to communicate to Congress
that
saying
they want them to lift that ban.
lift it, which will allow drilling from 10 miles out to 125 with no restriction. So there are some very significant forces in play here. Texas Oil wants our waters unequivocally. We need these things I talked about, these memorials, still have to go to vote before the House and the Senate beginning March 1. But it's likely they will pass. So everyone needs to write our local representatives, our local senator, our coastal senators, Don Gates, find out what their position is on these memorials, and find out if they support this communication, because this is one more effort on a varied front to win the ultimate war, which is to get our waters, our beaches, and it's not just the environment. I always stress this. It's our economy and our military mission as well.
I had a question. Oh, you keep reiterating that it's Texas Oil that wants to come in. So if these things, say they lifted the ban and they're able to drill, it's going to be Texas who comes in and does it? It's not any of our own companies here in our own state? So not only are they trying to drill right offshore, but it's going to benefit Texas Oil. You keep saying that.
Yeah, and I do, Red, because you touched on a really important point. Because the lobbyists that are lobbying for this are fronting for an organization called Florida Energy Associates. They won't name who's behind them, other than it's a conglomerate of Texas oil interests. They won't tell us what companies, they won't tell us what principals, what persons. All we know is that it's Texas Oil. Now, what Texas Oil does with these leases, once they get them, whether they sublease them to China or the Netherlands or somebody else, who knows? All we know is that these faceless, nameless individuals behind Texas Oil are trying to get at our asset. And ultimately, there's not a thing in the first bill that passed last year that promises a single job for Floridians. And why would they? They already have refinery and transportation capabilities in the Gulf in Texas. They don't need Florida. It's the worst economic deal in the history of this state.
Okay.
So everybody needs to write.
They need to write their congressmen. They need to write their representatives. They need to write. Is there a base where they can get the information to go directly? Like, is there a website where I can say, okay,
this is who I need to write.
This is who I need to write, and this is where I write them?
If you go on to my election website, which is www.electdavidpleat.com, I have a press release that will clue you into these memorials, where you can read for yourself what those are. And we also have links to all of your elected representatives and senators on the links page. So you can get right to those who sit in office right now and communicate with them and let them know how you feel.
So whether this is across party lines, this is nothing to do with Democrat, Republican, blah, blah, blah. If you don't want them to be drilling 10 miles off of our beaches, go to the website, find out where you write and who to talk to, and
stay informed.
Make your voice be heard.
I tell everyone that my goal is to earn your vote, but in the meantime, I want people to get informed and to vote, because that's the most important thing.
Right. David, it's always interesting to talk to you.
All right,
I feel like I learned something.
I know.
Appreciate it very much.
Thanks, great.
Thanks
Thank you so much.
Yes, thanks
Thank
for having
you so
me.
much.
Don't forget, if you need some attorneys,
Pleat and Perry.
look them up. Pleat and Perry, PA.
And get out and vote.
All right, guys. Thank you so much for joining us this week.
I think we're done.
So I'm Red Bizarre.
I'm Julie Brown, and we will see you next week.
Thanks for watching.
Thanks for watching.
Thank you.